The Remington Park Futurity and Derby weekend is upon us, and we're here to analyze it on the Remington Report.
The Remington Report, sponsored by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association, PYC Paint Your Wagon, and Heritage Place, the place where champions are sold. The Remington Report Stakes Race Recap.
All right, we catch up with the recap of the Grade 3 Pauls Valley Handicap from 2 weekends ago here at Remington Park, a field that included the two-time AQHA Distance Horse of the Year, DePassamoke.
They're off in the Pauls Valley Handicap. Good start from the rail. SRD, Bob right there. DePassamoke moves up in second as they go to the turn in between runners. Is O. Cooper Go in third, a length and a half back, 3 furlongs to go. Call Her Hero is fourth and trying to hold the turn. Taking the rail trip is Doc's Dusty Oakley advancing sharply as SRD Bob blows the turn. And a quarter mile left to run. It is O. Cooper Go with the nose on the lead, but Doc's Dusty Oakley hugging that rail is going to scoot on through. DePassamoke is floated wide in third now as they straighten away. O. Cooper Go right there, a furlong left inside Doc's Dusty Oakley. The champ to the outside, DePassamoke, a ton of work to do. A 16th left. O. Cooper Go tough on the front. O. Cooper Go trying to hold off DePassamoke, and O. Cooper Go will do it by 3 parts of a length.
Long shot O. Cooper Go with jockey Randy Wilson pulls off the upset over the AQHA champion distance horse of 2010 and 11 DePassamoke in the Grade 3 Pauls Valley Handicap for owner and trainer Jackie Kirby. The win pushes the lifetime earnings for the 5-year-old Apollo gelding to over $100,000. He was bred in Oklahoma by Rex and Sue Cox. After the win, jockey Randy Wilson was quoted as saying, "He came into the stretch wide, but DePassamoke helped hold us in. In the stretch, he started to slow, but he switched leads and dug in to hold them off."
Okay, we'll be back to recap the Mr. Jet Moore Stakes after these words from Heritage Place, the place where champions are sold.
Heritage Place graduates are leading the way in the industry, highlighted by former all-time leading money earner Stoley's winner, as well as million-dollar earners Mr. Piloto in Double Down Special, and many other top runners in quarter horse racing, all Heritage Place graduates. Important dates are Heritage Place Futurity and Derby in June, the yearling sale in September, the fall mix sale in November, and the winter mix sale in January of 2014. Heritage Place, the place where champions are sold.
Okay, we're back here to look at the Mr. Jet Moore Stakes, a talented field of stakes winners including the Brian Muse train, Fast Prize Jordan, looking to make it 2 straight stakes wins here at the meet at Remington.
They're off in the Mr. Jet Moore Stakes. Priceless Feature away second behind. Cadillac Man outside rolling. There's Fast Prize Jordan on the early lead. Fast Prize Jordan leading Priceless Feature down inside Painted Lies. 100 yards to go. Fast Prize Jordan going for 2 wins in a row this season. Priceless Feature with one more surge to the inside. Fast Prize Jordan outside will win it. Fast Prize Jordan.
2-to-1 choice Fast Price Jordan doesn't disappoint as he holds off the hard-charging Wagons West to claim victory in the $50,000 stakes event. Ridden to victory by G.R. Carter for trainer Brian Muse for owner partnership with Tona Stanley and William Smith. The 4-year-old son of PYC Paint Your Wagon was bred in Oklahoma by Watona Stanley. And that takes care of the recap for this edition of the Remington Report.
The Remington Report is proudly sponsored by the OQHRA.
Okay, the Remington Park Oklahoma Bred Futurity weekend is here. So many stakes races to cover here in the preview section. Let's get right to it.
The Remington Report Stakes Preview.
We begin to look at the $720,000 Remington Park Oklahoma Bred Futurity. We'll take a look at the top 4 contenders, beginning with the standout fastest qualifier, Coronado Cartel, out of the Eddie D. Willis barn, seen here under jockey Jimmy Brooks putting in a powerful performance to stop the clock at 16.648 seconds for his trial.
Cartel strutting out nicely and out by almost a length and a half, maybe 2. Coronado Cartel strong and going on to an easy victory by 2.5.
The colt is by Corona Cartel out of a Mr. Jess Perry mare named First Carolina. He showed a glimmer of greatness in his training race effort earlier in the meet, winning impressively also here under jockey Jimmy Brooks, who had to make the decision between Walking Perry and Coronado Cartel, also trained by Eddie D. Willis. This walk through Fire Colt stopped the clock at 16.748 seconds for the 330-yard distance. Jockey Jimmy Brooks made the decision and opted to ride Coronado Cartel in the finals, and the James Sales-owned Walking Perry will get the riding services of jockey David Pignon in the final. Day 1 of the trial saw a considerable difference in weather patterns as compared to Day 2, as Ellen's Regard qualified only 6th, but was the fastest qualifier from Day 1 of the trials. Day 1 of the trial saw 18-mile-per-hour headwinds versus the 3 to 4-mile-per-hour headwinds from Day 2 of the trials. Stacy Cap's trainee, Ellen's Regard, the grade down the center of the race course, duels down the lane with Send Me This Wagon, who qualified just behind Ellen's Regard in the 7th position as they both faced the 18-mile-per-hour headwind. You can view a list of all the qualifiers at stallionesearch.com. On to the $253,000 Remington Park, Oklahoma bred Derby, as we take a look at the fastest qualifying effort of Brace for Bernal. This Louis Villafranco trainee stopped the clock at 19.766 seconds under jockey Paul Nieto. This Fury of the Wind colt won a Futurity last year as a 2-year-old and is on a 3-race win streak going into the finals. Also on Saturday is the Grade 2 Bob Moore Memorial, with last year's Ontario Jackpot Futurity winner, Hurry Cartel, seen here winning under jockey Tony Bennett for trainer Clint Crawford, is the 3-1 morning line favorite. Racegoers in Oklahoma City will also see the $50,000 Lyco Bird Stakes for 2-year-olds, the Paints and Apps contesting the Grade 1 Mr. Louis Memorial and the Victoria Ennis Stakes, and then capping off the weekend on Sunday in the Mr. Masterbug Stakes and the $100,000 Remington Park Oklahoma bred Juvenile Stakes. All of these and more to be recapped in next week's Stakes Race Recap section of the Remington Report.
The Remington Report is proudly sponsored by PYC Paint Your Wagon. He was the #1 sire of Money Earners in 2012. He has over $8.8 million in earnings from only 5 crops to race. He is by the champion Sire Sires Corona Cartel and out of the champion broodmare Dashin' Follies. Stakes winners are derived from this royal bloodline, as he has produced 15 graded stakes winners thus far in his stud career. PYC Paint Your Wagon, standing at Royal Vista Ranches in Wayne, Oklahoma. The Breeding Shed Moment.
This week's Breeding Shed Moment focuses on one of the leading sires in the country, PYC Paint Your Wagon, who is the son of Corona Cartel out of the champion broodmare Dashin' Follies. PYC Paint Your Wagon earns the honor of being this week's spotlighted stallion due to the fact that he has sired the winner of the Mr. Jet Moore Stakes, Fast Prize Jordan, seen here winning the $50,000 event. He also has 1 qualifier in the Remington Park Derby, 1 in the Remington Park Futurity, and 4 in the Remington Park Juvenile Stakes. As a runner, PYC Paint Your Wagon earned over $889,000 on the racetrack, highlighted in his career by 3 Grade 1 wins. PYC Paint Your Wagon was the #1 leading sire of money earners in all of quarter horse racing for 2012, as he also has sired earners of over $9.2 million. You can check out the member stallion page of PYC Paint Your Wagon at stallionesearch.com. And that concludes the Breeding Shed Moment for this week.
Okay, that's all the time we have for this week's edition of the Remington Report. We'll be back next week to recap all the big stakes events happening here at Remington Park in Oklahoma City. What a weekend to be at Oklahoma City. If you can't be at the racetrack, go to aqha.com/racing and watch the Q Racing videos. Watch all the big stakes action from across the country from all the partnering racetracks. I'm Greg Thompson of stallionesearch.com. We'll be back next week here on the Remington Report.